Hey, everybody. Welcome in. I'm John Granado, and that's Lance Zerline. Glad you could join us here at SportsMap HOU. You can hit subscribe so you get all of our content. A lot of Astros content here, so please hit subscribe so you get all of our content here on this channel. Hey, big Astros rumors over the weekend. Framber Valdez on the trade block. Bob Nightingale said the Astros don't plan on trading him, but have been listening. Chandler Rome is hearing that money is an issue with the Astros. How much stock do you put in those reports, and under what condition do you think the Astros could possibly trade Framber?
Well, I don't think it's very likely that they trade Framber.
It's not what they do.
What's that?
It's not what they do.
It's not what they do. Not only that, you do. Okay, so baseball is getting close to getting another deal done for TV, a bigger TV deal, which will help alleviate some of the struggles that some teams have had with their TV deals that just vanished. All the AT&T Southwest and that type of stuff, that's just vanished. And so teams now have control. Now, if teams do a good job of selling their properties, they can certainly make up a lot of that money that they're going to lose from there. But remember, the Astros have that along with the Rockets, so it's a Space City Sports now. It's a different thing. They're losing. Yeah. They're losing money that was going to come in. A lot of Major League Baseball teams are losing money now that they had been depending on from regional sports networks. That is a thing. Is it going to make Jim Crane make moves? I don't know. Jim Crane does function with an eye on the bottom line. There's no way around that. He clearly functions that way. However, we've never seen any inclination of dumping a player for financial purposes. I think he hasn't liked some of the contracts that have been out there from a market value standpoint in free agency. But you got Framber right now. Framber's your guy right now, so why would you move him?
Hypothetically, what do you think you could get for Framber?
Oh, I think you get a good major league player and a very high-end minor league player, a guy who's a top 3 prospect in Major League Baseball. In minor league baseball. I think you get something really good with Framber Valdez. He's not young. He's been around for a while. He's coming up on 30. But
a team that's
this guy's had a 3-year run. He's been really good since 2000. Yeah. So, yeah, you'd have to. It would start with one of your top prospects, pitching prospects in the league, in the minor leagues, and then I think it would also include a major league player as well.
I think you meant 2020. He has, yeah.
When did I say?
2000. But, yeah.
Well, did you see him when he was 4?
Really good when he was 14.
He was already able to turn the ball over when he was 4.
Yeah. So, listen.
14 is probably
I turned a new leaf when I started drinking Coors Lights. I can tell you that. I turned a corner, okay? And I'm so totally committed, and I want you to be committed too. This holiday season, it's all about the cold, clean, crisp, refreshing Coors Light. I'm keeping myself and my people chill with Coors Lights. I want you to do the same. I want you to have it on hand this holiday season. Make sure you got a 6-pack, 12-pack case of beer ready for your boys when they come over. Because it is the world's most refreshing beer, and it makes everything better. It just makes everything better. So get that Coors Light in the fridge this holiday season. Let's read the tea leaves. If we believe that money is an issue, what's the outlook for the Astros over the next 2-3 seasons? Are we hitting the end of this run?
Well, that depends on what they do to draft and then supplement the next group up. Who's next up? If you're going to lose your top guys, who's next up? They have to come from your minor league system. That's what you've been doing. So how have the Astros drafted? What does that pathway look like? And I do think that I think the Astros are in for some tough decisions. You've got a chance to bolster your minor league system and try to restock for the next group up. But to do that, you may have to make a challenging decision, one that fans it wouldn't be a popular decision to make a move like that. Now, Jim Crane's done some unpopular stuff. He looks out for what's best for the team. But does Jim Crane consider what's best for the team trying to restock and reload for another run, even if it's delayed by a couple of years? Or does he try to ride this out as far as he possibly can, potentially at the expense of what happens to this? Where is this team when that run is officially over and you've never traded one of your better players in an exchange for bringing in young talent?
They just don't do it. They just don't.
They don't.
And you know what? In a couple of years, Bregman is going to be gone, in a year possibly, in a couple of years, Tucker could possibly be gone, Fromber could possibly be gone, and you don't have that minor league system. It would be interesting to see if he doesn't start to trade stuff off. And you mentioned the regional sports network. The death of the regional sports network here meant $73 million of losses for Jim Crane. Or he didn't make that $73 million that he made before. So,
if it's money you're expecting, I can tell you, I've expected money before that didn't come in, and it feels like a loss.
It does feel like it absolutely feels like a loss for him. And you know what? The regional sport network thing could affect all of Major League Baseball. It doesn't affect the Yankees because they got the YES Network. It doesn't affect the Dodgers, the Cubs, because they've got big networks in big markets. Houston is not as big. It's not going to make nearly as much money. So it could lead to a lot less money being spent on the free agent market by smaller teams.
Yeah, and that's why, the baseball is always in a more perilous situation than basketball and football that have more centralized TV deals. And here you have a 162-game schedule, which maybe hurts you with centralized deals. But if baseball does get a new deal, that will certainly help, one that's a major market. But your regional sports markets, it's already tenuous as it is for smaller markets on radio and TV deals. And yeah, I think this could really end up hurting the ability of teams to spend at the level that Major League may want for them to, so that there can remain some level of parity in Major League Baseball. But that's just one of many, many areas that baseball will have to fight through.
It's so funny, though. The smaller market teams, they do okay. It wasn't that long ago that Kansas City won. Arizona's in the World Series.
How long can they do it? Can they keep the team together?
It keeps on happening, though. Here's what happens. You find better young talent, because you can find talent in the second, third, fourth round. In the other sports, you can't, not nearly as much. You don't. Maybe in football you do a little bit more, not in basketball. But you develop that talent and you bring it along well, and you get some good managing. You can win in Major League Baseball, even without the big payroll. Tampa Bay has done it forever. And now Arizona is doing it because they're just better at it than even big market teams are. They went further than the Dodgers and the Braves, who were awesome teams. So it can be done, even on a shoestring.